Hi, Cornea Solutions here. Today we will tackle the topic of how to navigate, input data, and basic formatting in Excel. We will discover the following topics today. First, we will start how to navigate in Excel. Then we will see how to input data in Excel. Then we will see how to insert the data in a table, how to sort and filter in a table, how to insert rows in a table, and we will finish with how to automatically adjust a column or row width. Consider subscribing to get more tutorials on Excel. Let's first start with basic navigation. As you can see, I have a blank worksheet with all blank cells. You can see we have different columns from A, B, C, D, different letters of the alphabet. We have as rows row numbers 1, 2, 3, and etc. You can see you can navigate from cell to cell by clicking on cells, or you can use the keyboard arrows to navigate to other cells. What you need to know is the cell that has the green rectangle is the selected cell. Keeping the previous in mind, every cell has a column name and a row number. In this case, we are on selected cell A1. What's important to know is wherever the green rectangle is, that's where your inputted data on your keyboard will register. So right now I'm typing name and typing tab button on the keyboard to go to the right. So let's say we have a country, we need the color of people and their age. We filled in the title columns, and now let's fill in the values. So we will start with typing John. If we type the tab button on the keyboard, the selected cell will go to the right. So let's type down tab button. Let's fill in the country. Let's say it's USA for John. I type the tab button to go to the right again. Color, let's choose red, why not? And tab again, we go to the right, and let's fill in the age by typing 17 on our keyboard, and we finish by typing enter. The selection goes downwards. What's important to know is if you tap tab button on your keyboard, the selected cell will go to the right. If you tap enter, the selected cell will go downwards. Now, to make it more practical to fill in a certain list, you can select a certain range where you want to fill in values, and whenever you type down the tab button, you will see it will navigate from left to the right, but it will never exceed the selected area. The same applies if you keep typing enter. This makes filling in values much more easier and efficient. So right now I type down Mary, tab button, USA, tab button, let's choose the color blue, tab button, age 25, and if I type tab right now, instead of going to column E, it will go straight back to column A to a new row. Eric, tab button, France, tab button, red, tab button, and let's choose the age, 56, tab button, and you can see instead of going to E, the selected cell will go to A, and we can straight away begin with a new row. This makes filling in values in a table much more efficient. Now that we have filled in some data in our worksheet, let's make our data more visible and easier to read. If you click whichever cell in your table and go to insert and click on table button, you can check the my table has headers field and click OK. It will give your table a better layout. As you can see, the headers are automatically filled in white with blue background, and you have a nice alternating light blue to white rows. This makes your table values more visible and easier to read. Of course, if you want, you can fine-tune or change whatever color you wish for, but this is the default setting of Excel. What's also nice about using the table functionality is if you click one of the column heads arrow down button, you can sort from A to Z or Z to A, or even if you want to click a column with numbers, you can sort from low to high or high to low. If you click again to an arrow down button, you can even filter some values. So in this case, in the color column, I like to filter equals red, so I only want to have the red values, and as you can see, it filtered all the records only containing the red color. By clicking this button, you can clear the filters and you will have the initial all the values in the table. At the age, if you want, you can filter numbers greater than or lower than, or even numbers between. In this case, I am filtering all the ages above 30, and as you can see, it will give me only the rows with that value. Let's say we want to add new records into the table. You just have to go to the blank records row below the table, and as you can see, after filling in the first value, the table will recognize that you are inputting a new row into the table. If you select a certain range, if you want, you can change the background color by clicking the fill button on the home in the ribbon, and for this example I've chosen the color yellow. You can also add an empty new row by clicking the insert row button. You can do the same by clicking on the row number and right clicking and clicking on the insert row button again. So you have two ways of doing this. And of course you can fill in again new values in this table. So let's type down Mary Ann. Now let's say if we type down a name that's longer than the width of the column, you can adjust the width of the column automatically by double clicking between the two columns. So in this case I double clicked between A and B, and you can see the width of the column is adapted to the length of the name. Let's fill in some random values. So again, as a country, the Netherlands, the text is longer than the width of the column B. I double click between column B and C, and the width of column B will be adjusted to the length of the largest text string in a cell in column B. The same applies for the row width, so you can basically double click between two rows to adjust the row to the optimal row width. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope this was useful to you and it was clear. If you have any remarks or feedback, please feel free to write them down on the comments below. Please consider subscribing to stay up to date with my future videos. I will make more tutorials on Excel but also other software, and please also like to support the channel. Thank you very much and take care.